welcome back to another video on my channel. Today I'm going to be doing something with this 5D sculpting gel because I did mention in the video of me unboxing this that I did want to give it a go. So here we are. So I have already popped some peel off base coat onto my nails. We're going to do a blooming flower on one. We're going to use this on one, and then I'm going to do a plain full colour nail with this colour, which is cocktail cherry, and then I'm also going to do a, I can't remember, sorry, and then we're going to do like a different, I don't know what it's actually called, so you're just going to have to bear with me on the final design. I just had to actually pause the video for a second and think about what I was doing. So I'm going to go in with a coat of matte top coat on the nail that we're going to be using this product on, because I want to use some chrome over the top of it. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that one first. So I just need to figure out where I'm going to put what. I think I'm going to do the full nail on the pinky, the blooming gel flower on the middle, and then we'll do, no, I'm going to do this one with the 3D stuff. Now, I haven't actually used this at all, like, since I got it. This is the first time I'm using it, so it's like a first impression sort of video as well for that one particular product. So I'm just using this because of my peel off base coat. I wouldn't bother with doing this if it was on an actual person, because it obviously wouldn't be necessary, because there'd be something underneath anyway, like the blooming gel or whatever. The builder gel, sorry. Just getting my blooming gel ready. There it is. So so yeah, I'm just, like I said, we are using cocktail cherry, which is a beautiful, like, shimmery, deep red plummy colour. It's absolutely stunning. So I'm just fully curing that ring finger of matte top coat, and then I'm going to go over with a buffing block and buff off any sort of like inhibition layer. There isn't technically an inhibition layer, but there's always some sort of layer on top of any gel. So I am going to completely remove that. I'm going to go over with acetone and then give it a quick buff as well, but I'm going to be gentle because I don't want to buff through it to the peel off base coat. So if I was going to do this on a client, I would just do the same step but without the matte top coat. I'd just buff over the builder gel to make sure that there's no like any sort of residue for the chrome to stick to, or a tacky layer or anything, or even shiny surface for it to stick to, because that is the joy of chrome. It quite literally sticks to everything. So now we've got that. Oh no, yeah, what I feared would happen has happened. It's not thick enough to withstand as you can see, it's not thick enough to withstand some buffing, because as you can see here, I've buffed already through to that peel off base coat and I hardly touched the nail. So I'm going to need a new plan for this one. So just bear with me. I know we haven't got anywhere yet, but we'll do the other three nails while we're waiting for the peel off base coat to dry on this nail. Okay, I've just repainted that ring finger with my peel off base coat. So we'll wait for that to cure, and then we'll wait for that to dry, sorry. We'll just do the others while we're waiting. So like I said, my pinky nail is going to be a full colour nail. So we're just going to go ahead and do that, because that one is pretty straightforward. And then, oops, and then we'll do the other three as well while we're waiting for that ring finger to fully dry. Okay, so I've just got my blooming gel, and we're going to pop this on the middle nail, because that is the one that we're going to do a flower on. So I'm just going to pop a nice even coat of that, not too thick, because you want it to cure properly, then also not too thin, because we want the gel to spread properly. I don't know how this gel is going to act with it, but we'll see. So I'm using a big dotter, a large dotting tool, because I do want a large-ish flower. So I'm going straight in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just like so, and we're just going to give that a few seconds, and then once I'm happy with it, I will pop it into the lamp. I am now, so I'm going to pop it in. And that's going in for a full cure to make sure it's fully cured properly. I don't tend to flash cure when using blooming gel, just because, like I said, it is obviously going to be thicker naturally because you've got a layer of gel and then you're adding gel into it. So I don't want it to wrinkle whilst it's half cured and I'm moving on to another nail. So I do just tend to give it a full cure before doing anything else with it. Okay, so just quickly done the second coat of the colour on my pinky, just because that's pretty self-explanatory. And now I'm going to go in with a nail art brush. I'm going to do the design on the index nail. So, like I said, I have absolutely no idea what this is called. So if you do, then please do let me know, because I would be intrigued to know that. So we're just going in with some of that same colour, and I'm just going to apply it as I would if I was going to do a French. I should have remembered to matte top coat this as well, because working on this surface is not good, but it's fine. Okay, so once I've done that, I'm then going to do the other way round design. I keep seeing this everywhere, and like I said, I have absolutely no idea what it's called or anything. So please do enlighten me if you are aware of the name of this sort of design. It's very random, but I quite like it. I think it's different. Definitely not done it very well, that's for sure. But you know, we're going with it. The only thing making me feel okay about that is that I will be basically removing this pretty instantly when it's done. So, you know, it's not the end of the world, but I am just going to try and open it up just a little bit, because I want it to be like almost a bit wider, if that makes sense. I'd rather make it too wide than be able to like adjust it again. Don't have it too slim. This is not the brush to be using for this, but it was to hand, so I'm just being lazy. Oh gosh, I'm not even in. Oh, I think I was just about in shot. Okay. Not perfect, but it's better. I can work with it. That's the main thing. Okay, that's better. I'm just going to even it up a bit now. I'm going to do that off camera, else I'm going to be here all day with you. Okay, so that hand is just in the lamp for a second, because I have popped a matte top coat on top of that ring finger again, but I've put a clear layer of builder gel between the matte top coat and the peel off base coat. So I'm hoping that will help in my, in me trying to buff it basically. So pinky is done, because that is all finished. Like, that is literally just as it is. It's just going to be full colour with top coat, and that's that. The ring finger, of course, we need to use this sculpting gel, so we're going to do that now. The middle finger just needs a couple of dots, so I'm going to use this. It's a metallic gold gel paint that I have added chrome gold to, just to make it a bit more gold. So we're going to do a couple of dots of that inside the flower, and then the index nail we'll put a couple of dots on there as well, just to tie it all in. And then the gold I'm going to be using for that ring finger over the sculpting gel is that one. It's just a cheap one that was in a multi-pack from somewhere like Shein. To be fair, looking at it now, I don't know whether it's going to be gold enough to match this one. So might have to use a different gold actually. Because that one is more of a champagne gold, whereas the gold in the pot is more of a proper full-on gold. So I think I'm going to have to swap out those golds, but that's fine. So just to finish off those couple of nails that literally just need a couple of dots here and there, let's do those first so we can just say they are done. So I'm just going to go into this gold concoction I've got going on here and just pop a few gold dots in the center of that flower, really brings it together. And then I'm just going to do a few here as well, just 3 in the center like so, just to bring that together as well. That looks almost like a shoe, like a ballet slipper or something. I don't know why, but I feel like it does. And then this pinky finger, I'm just going to pop a couple of gold dots on, just because it's the only nail that doesn't have any gold on it. So I just think that just brings it together. So they are done. So I'm just very quickly off camera, I'm just going to top coat those, just to get them out of the way, because I'm going to create a bit of dust with this ring finger. So just going to cure those, top coat them, cure them again, and then we can actually do that ring finger and see how this gel works. I think I'm just gonna, like, what I'm gonna do is just apply it out of here, because it does come with a, it's got like a really nice small tube, so I feel like it'll be quite easy to apply it literally straight from the tube instead of trying to apply it with a brush or something. So I'm just going to use it straight from there. I'm going to do like the typical like framed sort of effect, just because that's what I see all the time at the moment, and I did it not that long ago, but not 3D, and I actually loved it a lot more than I thought I would. So let's see how I get on with this. Okay, this is where we're at. So I am going to go in with a brush with this, I've decided, because I do want to have a bit more control over where it goes, and I don't want it to be like really silly thick. Like, oh, that was a bit of a fail, wasn't it? Yeah, so I want to just basically have a bit more control over where it goes. So I'm just going to go straight in. I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing, really, because I have never used a product like this before. So this is sort of like a complete trial run of a product in general that I've never used before, which of course means that I've never used this particular brand of one before. We'll see how we get on. So I don't want it to be like really thick and sticking up, but the whole point is it is a 3D gel, so of course it does need to stick up a little bit, but I'm not really a texture fan, so just going with it. I'm creating some really tiny lines as well, so it's a bit different. And then once I'm happy, it's a bit 3D, probably is a bit flatter than you meant to use it really, but you know, each to their own. This is my preference. There we go. So I'm going to pop that into the lamp for a full cure, which I think is 10 seconds, definitely not 10 seconds, is oh, let me just wipe that actually before I put the lid back on to make sure it's nice and clean. Yeah, I'm going in for a full cure of what I assume is 60 seconds. I probably should have looked for that before starting this, but never mind. So yeah, just going to do 60 seconds. We'll see how we get on. Gosh, I'm not doing very well at putting this lid on one-handed at all. So just 30 seconds in, so I'm just going to wait for that to finish. And now that's finished, I'm just going to get an applicator. I'm using an eyeshadow applicator because that is just my preference. That's what I always use for chrome. But you can use, of course, whatever you typically use. And then I'm just going to go round. Ooh, beautiful. And then pop that on. That is amazing, actually. It looks a lot more 3D when it's got the chrome on, which is good. So I'm just dusting off with my fluffy brush, just getting as much of the excess off as I can. Very nice. That is beautiful, actually. That looks so cool. I love that. Wow. Right, anyway, so let's top coat. Where is it? There it is. Actually, I'm going to use my top coat that I use for glitters and stuff, just because there is always some chrome. How stunning does that look? I'm really happy with that, actually. That looks beautiful. It's a really good match to the dots as well, actually. I'm quite happy with that. So I'm going to pop that in for a full cure now, and then they're all done. So I'm going to pop a little bit of cuticle oil on, get them to look a little bit more aesthetically pleasing, because at the moment they look very dry. And then we can have a good look at what they look like when they're all done. and completely finished, but I am so happy with them so far, and I haven't even seen them together properly, like when they're all finished completely. So already know I'm going to love them. But yeah, so just another 30 seconds, I'll pop some all on and we'll have a look. Okay, so this is the finished set. I absolutely love how they've turned out. And again, if anyone can tell me what this is called, please do. But yeah, love that product, love the 3D. And I actually don't hate it now it's on the nail, to be honest. Obviously the top coat helps it a little bit. But yeah, it is textured, but it's smooth texture, if that makes sense. Like, it's not like I can pick at it, if that makes any sense. But I am really happy with those. Absolutely love how they've turned out. Perfect for this time of year. Well, perfect for any time of year, any colour. That's the fun thing about nail art, I suppose. But yeah, so I'm going to peel them off now, which is really sad because I really love them. But I need to go and do another video while I've got the time. I absolutely love these. I'm really sad to be taking them off. So I have just took a few pictures. I'm going to take them off on camera. I also do just want to mention as well, before I forget, that I do have a discount code for Bornpretty. So definitely check that out to be able to get some of this sculpting gel, because as you can see, it just works beautifully. It's so pretty. What else have I used in this video? So we've also used Pro Impressions top coat, but you wouldn't have really seen that, to be fair. I'm just thinking if there's any other what's it called I can give you, what are they called, discount codes. But again, they're always in my description box anyway, so I don't really ever need to mention it, because that is where you can always find them if you want one for anything that I obviously have one for. Definitely check out my description box, because I keep all of my codes in there underneath all of my videos, like whether I've used those products in that video or not. So definitely always check out that description box if you are looking for a discount code for anywhere, just in case I do have one. To be fair, I'm quite happy with my little selection of discount codes I have now. I do need to double check that they all still work, to be honest, because it's been quite a while since I've worked with some of the brands that are down there, so I should probably just check in with them to see if everything's still active. But you know, you'll soon find out when you go to put it in at checkout, I suppose. I don't even want to say it again because I feel like a broken record, and people who watch my videos regularly will probably be absolutely sick of me saying it, but I have lost my gold tweezers again, which for anyone who doesn't know is like my sacred pair of tweezers that I use for this specifically, to remove peel off base designs. And I keep losing them because I keep taking them into different rooms of the house, or somebody else does, to use for something different, and then when it comes to this, I can't find them. So I do really need to get multiple pairs, to be fair, but I've ordered lots and lots over time and just never found any that are as good as them. They're the pointed type, and they're actually like even, like they actually come to a point and work well, whereas some others that I've tried are just absolutely awful. Oh, I forgot, this is the nail with the build gel on, so I was definitely being a bit too what's the word? I really can't think of the word, but I was just not pressing hard enough basically for that nail, because it had got the build gel on there, so I needed to be a bit more aggressive with that one. Anyway, so I'm just going to get the little tiny bits of the rest of these off camera, of course, because this video is now finished and I've done the design and everything. So I hope you enjoyed watching this. Thank you so much for watching, and I will be back soon with another video. Hopefully, I don't want to promise, but I'm hoping that I am on a better schedule with filming now, so should be keeping up with my usual, what my upload schedule is meant to be. I just haven't actually managed to do it properly for quite a while now, to be honest, which is really annoying, because I do like YouTube, actually. I like filming videos. I like when people message me that have watched them and ask me about things, or just want to have a chat. Like, I like the community feel that I get from YouTube. Like, I feel like Instagram and Facebook and everything is very, well, no, I don't actually, but it can be like quite competitive. Like, not for me personally, because I don't really put that much effort into it for it to become like that, but I feel like it's a bit dog eat dog out there on social media, because at the end of the day, like, if you do have a business page, like, it is sort of a competition to get yourself seen, whereas YouTube isn't like that. Like, we all just coexist, and just, yeah, it's a nice community. Like, especially when I get like the same people commenting on my videos all the time and stuff, like, I do notice it. I'm not very good at answering comments. I do try to answer the ones where I notice if someone's like asked a question about something or asked for a product link or something like that. I do try and keep up with those ones at least, but I know it's no excuse because lots of people have kids and stuff, but I am just very busy nowadays, trying to juggle work and family and everything else. So apologies if I don't answer you all the time, but I do see you, just know that. So thank you for always commenting. And yeah, like I said, I'll be back to normal videos hopefully from now. So I will see you very soon in the next video. Bye.